think that I was where I wanted to be, honey, and there we go. Right. And it shows his hat. Okay. Sagittarius. Right, look at what I got for you. It's there, but I don't want to give too much. Maybe I need to do a little bit more with that. Hold on, let me get a little bit of assistance. Can I get some assistance here? All right. Okay, that's a little bit better. You can still see my candle that's lit in the back. And I've just taken out the Romance Angels card, so maybe they'll be there for you guys to read, or maybe I'll pull some of these later. Hello and goodbye, whoever that was. But like I said, Sagittarius, welcome. This is going to be a bonus reading for you. Happy birthday season. I know it's towards the end. Things have been crazy for me, or they were. They're not crazy now. They're actually fantastic. Okay, so I'm going to be doing the dragon spread for you guys today. So there's 7 placements in the dragon spread, and I'm going to describe to you what they are, or explain to you what they are before I start the reading. So the first position is going to be the dream, your heart's desire, okay? The second one is your companions, the assistance you will receive, okay? Number 3 is the journey, unfamiliar places you must go to realize your dream. And number 4 is going to be magical gifts, new skills required for the success in what you want to achieve. Number 5 is going to be the enchantment, hidden obstacles along the path, right? That are meant to teach you things. Number 6 is going to be the dragon position. Wow. What you must befriend, sacrifice, or defeat. Okay, so what you must give way to. And number 7, which is lovely for this to be the 7th position, is going to be the awakening, the final outcome of your efforts. Okay? And this is a spread to overcome an obstacle. Okay? This is a spread to overcome an obstacle. And I'm going to be doing it for each of the mutable signs because it's mutable sign season. This is what the spread looks like. Whoa, it looks like a dragon, right? Okay, so let's go ahead and shuffle these cards. So it's very interesting because for you, specifically, Sagittarius, and maybe even Pisces, oh God, right, 9 of Wands, 4 of Cups. You might be emotionally complacent about something. You're feeling emotionally stuck with something. What are you afraid of letting go, right? And we're going to look at that because there's something that you have to sacrifice here, you know? And that's going to be number 6 position. What's going on for Sagittarius here? What is the dragon spread going to show them, going to tell them? What insight can we get from doing this spread? Honey, I'm like, did I even do it as many times as I wanted to? Nope, I gotta do it an extra time. What does Sagittarius need to know from the dragon spread in terms of like the obstacles? I think maybe I did do it that way. One more time. That was it. I just needed to do it one more time. Yeah, right? Okay, so let me cut it, and then I'm going to lay these cards out. All right, what's going on with Sagittarius and their obstacles? 1, the dream. 2, your companions, the people around you, right? What befriends you. 3, the journey. Unfamiliarities, things that you discover along the way. 4, magical gifts, skills required for success, right? How you challenge yourself, how you assert yourself, and how you learn new things. Position 5, the enchantment, hidden obstacles, right? And that's actually one of them too. And number 6 is what you must befriend, sacrifice, or defeat, which is actually the dragon, right? So let's go to the head. And the head of the dragon is the awakening. Of course, it would be, right? Bam. So let's go ahead and look at this. I like it. At the bottom of the deck, it's the Two of Cups, right? So the obstacles are probably like your emotions and how you might, um, be afraid of what it is that you're feeling, or you might be afraid of the intuitive insight that you might be receiving. This is being honest and truthful with yourself about how you feel, about something. It could be about someone, it could be about work, it could be about a friend, right? It could be anything that you might be trying to see past the veil of illusion, right? So your feelings sometimes could be creating some sort of an illusion or some sort of veil for you. So that could actually be the obstacle, the feelings that you have towards the thing, right? The attachments, because it's a two related to the second house of Taurus, which is talking about your attachments, right? And also what you might be ignoring, what you might be neglecting as well. So there's some part of you, some feeling that you might be ignoring, you know what I mean, in order to maintain some kind of like sense of balance within a relationship or within something that you are connected or tied to in some kind of way. You might not want to let go of something as well, or someone, the idea, you know what I mean? The emotional influence is there, right? There's emotional density here as well. You might even just, some of this is going to be general. So it's just for whoever the message resonates with, that's who it resonates with. Okay? So it's that. Two of Cups, trying to balance out your emotions and your feelings because you feel intimidated by something that you cannot control or that won't go away. You know? Something like that. You're going to have to atone for these feelings, or you're going to have to resort to something. Okay? There's going to have to be some sort of uh, decision that might have to be made, and you're trying to justify your decision. You know what I mean? And this could be like asserting your power in a relationship that had an emotional pull, right? Or an emotional weight on you. Something like that. A job, responsibility. Anyway, and you actually, like the Two of Cups could be like how you might be feeling slightly. It's Venus in Cancer, right? So it's the goddess of love, the planet of fairness and justice and beauty, being in the sign of emotional awareness and emotional impulse and emotional motivation, right? So you could be having feelings for someone, or someone could have secret feelings for you, or you could have secret feelings for someone. It's like, a butterfly in the stomach type feeling, just because it is very much like flirtation and being very playful in how you speak, right? Loving words, that type of thing. Kind reassurance, that type of thing is happening here. And some of you could be reading into what somebody is now saying, like how they speak to you. You know what I mean? Just because it's the two, and the two is related to like Gemini, right? Roman numeral 2, as above, so below. It's talking about weighing things out. It's talking about relating relationships, pros and cons. And also trying to like find out something, trying to figure something out, trying to discover something out, but you're using your own intuitive path, right? Or you're using your own intuition to kind of like navigate you on this path of discovery, right? Because you're trying to figure it out on your own, because there's something that's like not being revealed. You're always trying to feel like you're figuring it out, right? Like that type of thing. Anyway, let's see what your dream and your heart's desire is. Okay, so wow, this is pretty strong. Your heart's desire is to break free of your limitations, break free of those thoughts, it's the Eight of Swords, break free of those thoughts that prevent you from feeling like you can be and you can do all the things that you hope to do, right? Because it's related to the eights, So the strength card, and it's also related to the star card. So you just have to believe, have this confidence in yourself that you can do this, right? Don't think about what people are saying or what people are thinking or the opinions of others that might be scathing or might be cutting, right? Or just may not align with the opinion that you have of yourself. You know what I mean? And that's why it's related to the strength card and it's related to the star card because it's talking about your emotional identity. And don't let your thoughts hold your you captive or you hostage, right? You know, and you could just be creating a lot of the fear for yourself, right? It's it's negative thoughts that bring on anxiety and that bring on the intimidation. You know, it's overwhelming because it's Jupiter and Gemini, so it's too many thoughts, right? Don't give them so much weight. You know what I mean? You could just be like, oh well, whatever. You know, because we're going to get those very dark because these are dark thoughts, right? Because it's like your face is covered, I can't see anything, and I can't move, and I can't prevent these thoughts from coming in, right? Because it's related to the eighth house of Scorpio too, just because it's an eight. You know what I mean? And like I said, you just got to kind of like come to an understanding that you can't trust all of your thoughts, right? And there's something else to them. There's some other sort of like hidden meaning to the thoughts, right? It's not actually what you think, or what you think is happening isn't actually what's happening, you know? That type of thing. So you want to let go of this, right? You want to have the confidence to believe in yourself, and you want it to, you kind of want to stop feeling like you're being controlled by other people and their opinions of you. That's what you want. That's your heart's desire. I want to break free of the controlling opinions, right, of other people and what they think. Who cares? You know, this also has to do with, you know, the fear of putting yourself out there, putting your thoughts out there, right? You might have so many ideas. It's like you've got to prioritize your ideas as well. Okay, let me go on. Your companions, the assistance you will receive. Okay, so you're gonna receive some kind words, some loving information, just kind of like encouraging words, because that's what you need. You need to feel encouraged here, because you've been thinking and saying the worst, right? You've been sort of a little bit of a pessimist. Oh, thank you so much, Justin. Oh my gosh, yes. I'm just happy that it's a guy too. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's what it is. It's like you need to be around people and being in an environment that is going to be emotionally supportive. And if there's no environment that you can go to or be in, you have to create that yourself. You know what I mean? Because you are the actual vessel of creativity that's going to bring about change. It's Cancer. That's cardinal water, and it's talking about change. But Gemini is also talking about change. Gemini rules the third house, and if you look here, this is a 3, and it's actually Mercury in Cancer. So it's how you think is how you feel, right? So you have to be able to adapt and change with the situation or with the scenario. You know, you've got to be able to temper and adjust yourself as you need to, right? And that is the mutability of the threes. That is the gift that the Empress has too. She can adjust, right? And you're always having to adjust. So understand that, you know, it's kind of like you're what you allow yourself to become exposed to, you're going to be affected by it. You know what I mean? And there are so many things that we have to hold in that affect us in ways that we don't really fully understand, you know? And that's why that 8 is there, because it's very like powerful. You know, sometimes the mind is so powerful you don't understand, you don't know why you think some of the things you think, right? You know what I mean? And it's just like all of the distractions and all of the pollution that we get on a day. You know what I mean? It's like that stuff that's coming at us isn't necessarily us or who we are. You know what I mean? And that's why this is related to Aquarius, right? And this is also related to Leo. So it's kind of like, who am I to me and who am I to other people? It's like that type of thing, right? You don't have to be worried about being seen in the wrong light, because if you're authentic to who you are, then other people are going to relate to you on an emotional level, and they'll be able to see past the veil, you know what I mean? And then they'll be able to celebrate who you are with you, you know. And then you'll start to realize and you'll start to recognize and you'll start to identify with those people that share the same thoughts and feelings that you do. And that's how you're going to get the assistance. Those are the, and this is a great card to get in your companions and the assistance that you will receive. So it's kind of like, you know, doing things like that, speaking with people, and also just exposing yourself to those people who are supportive, you know, because sometimes people that you have to be around or you have to experience or you come across are not necessarily going to be, you know, the big your biggest fan, or they may not be fond of you, or the energy just may not be there where they are, you know, capable of being supportive in the way that you might need them to be. So you have to pick and choose who you put yourself around. So creating emotional boundaries, but also creating emotional connections as well. But it's like you have to be able to discern where to place everything, right? What are the logistics, right, for your wellness? Okay, because it's not gonna be like, hopefully I get that care package that I like didn't ask anybody for. Wait, how it's not going to come unless you create it for yourself, right? Self care, all of that. You know, it's like indulge a little bit, right? And I'm not talking about like money, but you have to indulge in things that make you feel good, right? That make you put positive energy back into you. Because people are going to extract your positive energy and they're going to throw negative energy your way. So you have to be the one who is doing the management, right? And this is emotional management because it's related to what? Another 3, which is what? The world. Saturn. You know, you already know what to do, right? It's not like some aliens are gonna come down here and be like, this is what you do this time. No, you already know what you need. You know what I mean? And if you don't know what you need, you know what you like. Okay, and this is related to the Empress, which is pleasures, Venus. Hello. What is it? You have to be able to see past the lens sometimes. You know what I mean? You have to be able to see past the lens of distraction, past the cloudiness, right? And that's the companion. That's going to be what is going to assist you, is if you allow yourself to just adjust that lens a little bit so you can see past the dissolving, right? And clear things up. You need clarity. And it's like when you allow yourself to feel, you know, free to express or maybe even escape, right? Because all of the 3s are the third ray is related to Cancer, and Cancer is ruled by the moon, which is veiling Neptune. Neptune rules Pisces, which is where Venus, the Empress, major arcana number 3, is exalted. This is the 3 of Cups. You see what I mean? Okay, do what comes natural to you. You know, sometimes it's about doing what comes natural to you that you know you can rely on. And I'm not talking about anything that's going to be dangerous or toxic or that's going to put your ass to sleep for the rest of the night or cause you to go off for 2 days or something. Don't do none of that. You know what I mean? You need to do something that's actually going to be good for you, that after you do it, right? You'll be like, I'm so glad I do that. I did that. Or do that, right? Keep it consistent. And that's why the next card came up. Number 3, the journey. Unfamiliar places you must go to realize the dream. So if an unfamiliar place for you to go is changing a habit or just trying to manage your time, right? Or just trying to manage like how you prioritize, you know, the hours in your day. Because this is the Prince of Pentacles, and this is Virgo energy, which is talking about the practical, the mundane, but you can make the mundane interesting, right? Carolina Herrera only wears a white dress shirt. She probably puts layers of things on it. Pearls, necklaces, brooches, all kinds of scarves. But she definitely is always seen in that white shirt. Practical, but effective. And that's the thing. Sometimes we need such a dramatic change and a dramatic shift, but we have to cultivate the energies to manifest that change. You know? So it's like the work is in the practice, and the discovery is in the practice, and the the resolve comes from how you attach yourself to the habit of being better or trying to be better. You know what I mean? So that's actually the unfamiliar place that you have to go. Let people help you. If somebody has a suggestion for you, maybe take on that suggestion. Do it. You know what I mean? Try it. Meaning, like, if somebody's like, oh, I have a candle meditation, or I have this that you could try. And you're like, yeah, that's not really, you know what I mean? Don't be so skeptical and let it, like, not be, helpful to you. Right? If somebody has something, or if somebody sends you a video or something like that, right? You know how we get links and stuff all day long. And sometimes we just don't listen, or we just don't look at something because we're like, oh, I get so much shit. Like, I'm scrolling by it. You know what I mean? I'll see it. And next week it's gone. You don't know what it is. So click on that one thing, right? That somebody sent you, okay? That you said something to, and now they have a reason to send you this, whatever it is. It could be something for work. It could be anything. Sometimes when you see something and it be like a link to something, you got to go and fill something out. You don't want to do that. Do it. You know what I mean? Because it's saying that they're trying to give you some sense of protection, some sense of security, comfort, right? Assurance. And that's what somebody is doing coming in here. So, like, take that advice. Don't see it as a critique. Don't see it as them trying to, like, tell me everything that I'm doing wrong. As if it's helpful and it's coming from a place of, like, intention and logic, and it's not, because it's being practical. We're talking about possibilities. Actually, no, we're talking about probabilities, because a probability is more likely than a possibility. Possibly, probably. Okay. So now let's look at number 4, which is magical gifts. Okay. New skills required for success, so we can get there. Right? Because we're trying to get there. We're going to get there, but we're getting there slowly because we have to really learn. You just got to work harder with the pentacles. So if it's doing the work on your body, it's like not being lazy about it. You can be slow about it, but don't be lazy about it. You can take your time about it, but don't be lazy about it. You know what I mean? Because any of the Virgo cards to me are always going to be related to, like, the lovers. They're always going to be related to the devil card, because the devil is 15 reduced to a 6. The 6 houses Virgo, and Mercury is number 6, the lovers, right? And the devil card is Earth, you know? Anyway. Let's look and see what your new skills required for success are, Sag. My mom has a very significant Sag placement. And my father is a Sag. And I have like 4 Sag placements. Oh, shit. Magical gifts, new skills require work. You know, when I was in school and I wanted to do well, it wasn't really math because, I had a traumatic, run in with being called on when I was like in the 4th grade, I think, or 4th grade. And my math teacher completely humiliated me in math class. And after that, I was just never really good at math anymore, ever again. But in other subjects in school, when I wanted to do well, when I would get bored, basically, because this right here is what it's saying, like, you need a new skill because you're getting bored. You got to do something else, too, to add to what you've already established for yourself. You see what I mean? So we're trying to enhance through, we're trying to enhance something. I feel like all of the aces are enhancing things. All of the pentacles are enhancing things as well. You know what I mean? The Ace of Pentacles is enhancing things on like an identity level, right? So when we are, it is an appointment. Maybe some of you need to make an appointment, right? We're trying to design something. But before we design something, we have to come up with ideas, by design, right? And we're designating. And to designate something is to appoint something or to name it, right? Or to discover what it is that has to happen. What's going on? Who am I? What is this? Right? That type of thing. You're at the beginning of something, right? And the skills that are required and the magical gifts that you have are your ideas. Right, Sagittarius? You got a hell of a lot of ideas because you're a fire sign and you are mutable. And you're ruled by Jupiter and Neptune to me. I have both of those planets in Sag. Okay? Reveal! I be writing and stuff. I just don't be telling nobody. Somebody got my words. Anyway, the Ace of Swords. It's a breath of fresh air. It's gasping, right? It is action. So you just need to take action, right? I don't know if some of you guys want to start learning another language. You're a Sagittarius. Hello. The Ace of Swords has to do with identifying what your abilities are. And also, it's not something that is going to be like somebody else. It's not a pentacle that's practical. I can follow the example that's already been created, that has proven the results. This is not that. It's not something that you've already done. This is something new. It could be something that somebody else has done before, right? Maybe you want to play the violin. There's been millions of people that have played the violin already, but it would be your first time. You know what I mean? Like that. So there's a first time for everything. And that could be some of y'all trying to learn a language. Maybe your family speaks a language, or there's some language in your family that you didn't necessarily learn when you were growing up, and now you're like, man, I wish I spoke Spanish. And this is about realizing that you can, actualizing, self-actualizing. It's also self-reliant too. Rely on your own ideas. Rely on your own individuality. That is your gift. That is your magical gift and your skill that is required for your success. That's the point. People are like, what's my purpose? I don't want to do anything that's going to make me feel uncomfortable. Well, you can just stay right there. Bye. Right? You got to do things that are uncomfortable if you want to get anywhere. If you want to... Wait, what is the song? If you want to be somebody, if you want to go somewhere, you better wake up and pay attention. Hello. Oh my goodness gracious me. Let's see what number 5 is. The enchantment. Hidden obstacles along the path. What are those hidden obstacles? Is it you? Because, I mean, like, it's the King of Wands. I was not expecting this. But maybe, yeah, your own worst enemy, right? Pluto rules the first and the eighth house for me, and esoterically, it rules the 12th house. Oh, but Pluto is also exalted in Leo, and this is Leo. That was the point, right? That was the point. And the first house thing had to do with this Ace of Swords being here, being afraid of the individuality. So it could be you that's getting in your own way. So you better stop. Do that thing that people weren't expecting you to do, that is actually going to show them a different color of your personality, right? Because the King of Wands is Leo. I can create. It knows what it can do, and it doesn't feel intimidated by that. It's related to the Four of Wands as well. Don't be intimidated by your fears. Let that passion inside of you burn. You know what I mean? You don't want to put your fire out. You might want to put the fire out, that fire out, but you don't want to put your fire out. Mm-hmm. Don't do it. And the King of Wands is also somebody that just could be getting in your way. You know, like I said, it could be any fire sign. It could be you, Sagittarius, but then the King of Wands is also related to Leo. And it could be somebody that's set in their way. So your hidden obstacle along the path is you being too set in your ways. You know what I mean? These Vikings, these Nordics. I watch a lot of historic documentaries. You can, if you follow me on Instagram, Providence Tarot, in my stories I put in astrology, I put in astronomy, and I do historical references that relate to that as well. Anyway, but the King of Wands, you might be getting in your own way, or you're letting somebody who is just too domineering in your life gets too much of your attention. Somebody could be demanding too much of your attention, and now it's taking away from your time. It's taking away from your inspiration. It's taking away from you, and you could be getting in your own way too. You know what I mean? Creativity, that's what it is, you know? Okay, here we go. Let's see. What are we on? We are in position 6, the dragon. What you must befriend, sacrifice, or defeat. Blown away. Bam. How does that even work? Kabam, ace. Kabam, king. Kabam, ace. Right? Here we go. Position number 4, magical gifts, new skills required for success. Your ideas. Number 5, hidden obstacles along the path. You. Number 6, what you must befriend or sacrifice or defeat. You and your fears. And I talked about Pluto ruling the first house and being exalted in Leo. You got to give yourself a chance, right? You can't be afraid to go for it. Put your mind to it, go for it. Get down and break a sweat, rock and roll. You ain't seen nothing yet. Get down and go for it. I'm always singing that song. Saved by the Bell reference. And that's like how they sang it. Anyway, it's talking about not being afraid to jump, not being afraid to take risks, not being afraid to try something different, not being afraid to use a little bit more strength than you had to use the last time to make something happen because you're growing and you're evolving. You know what I mean? Like I said, it's self-actualizing. It's being, you know, resourceful with your own abilities. And that's why the Ace of Wands is in the Magician card. That's why the Ace of Swords is in the Magician card. It's talking about your ideas. It's talking about your abilities. It's talking about creativity. And it's talking about honest, authentic being, living. You know what I mean? it's like you don't want to have any regrets. You know what I mean? You don't want to have any regrets in life, right? You don't want to have any regrets in life. You know, and I mean, we will have regrets, but it's like you want to have less. You know what I mean? Try to have less. So you wanna go for it. You know, it's saying you got the juice. It's saying you got the fire. It's saying you got the beat. It's saying you got what it takes. The winds of change. Or is it the wings? The final outcome of your efforts. Let's see what it is. Come on now. Work. Nice. You better do it. What did I say about Pluto? Esoterically ruling what? What did I say about the Two of Cups at the beginning of the reading about being able to see past the veil of illusion and distraction? High Priestess. It's the power of your creative ability. It's the power of your intuition. It's, sometimes when we have an imaginative thought, it is a clairvoyance that is coming in. We're tapping into a clairvoyant ability that is leading us. It's navigating us towards something that is destined for us. And that is why Pluto is the esoteric ruler of Pisces. Destiny. Right? And this is also like protecting yourself too, because like this high priestess number 2 is related to the judgment card, which is Pluto. And that is survival, and that is warrior. You know what I mean? And sometimes you have to be able to see past the illusion, um, for your own survival. Oh shit! And then we were hanging on by a thread, y'all. Right? Don't play around, especially if you're a spiritual person, or if you're somebody that is helping people, or your energy, you tap into other people's energy. You better protect yourself. Get some black obsidian, get some tourmaline, get some onyx, get some jet, get some garnet, right? Get some hematite, get something. Burn some candles, right? Because you gotta get that muck out. Get it out. You guys didn't see my stories from Instagram on Providence Tarot. I was burning a black candle the other day, and my candle, oh honey, here it is right here. Get it out. Get it out. I don't play. Well, the High Priestess is here. And it's saying you need to go with your intuition, right? How you're being intuitively guided, you know? And also, it's also needing to just be in your own space to clear your own energy and be in your own energy so that you can be divinely inspired, right? Without the distractions that are all around you. Look at the beginning of the reading. Honey. And now we are unbound. We are free. Let yourself go. Let yourself go. This card is also talking about, like I said, lens. So if you want to record some things, if you want to be on camera, if you want to do some things, do it. Don't be afraid to show yourself. It's saying that you need to do it. Because when we share our gift with the world, it's an 11, right? Aquarius, the 11th house. Jupiter is actually the ruler of Pisces, and it also is the ruler of Sagittarius, but it actually is the esoteric ruler of what sign rules the 11th house? Aquarius. So you've got to share your gifts with the world, honey. Right? But you also have to protect your gifts. as we're all used to. We're used to protecting our possessions, and our spiritual energy and our auric field is something that we possess that is ours. You better protect it. Ain't that right? I declare. I'm just being silly right now. Sagittarius, yes. Do that video. Be that person, right? Because it's like the magic that channels through each one of us individually, it's not going to be the same thing that the person that you see channeling their magic and doing it and showing people, and and even if you're holding back, because you could be holding back on something too, it's saying that you kind of are. So don't hold back. Stop holding back, right? Be relaxed. Be that person. Stand in that truth, right? And don't care about what other people say or think, or what they're doing, or who they are being, or their confidence. Just because somebody else is overly confident doesn't mean that you shouldn't be confident either. You know what I mean? Because what you have to say is extremely important. You're so smart. It's ridiculous. Anyway, Sag, I love you. And I'll see you later. So that's the red dragon spread and how you're going to overcome your obstacle. Ooh, ciao. I love you so much. Happy birthday. We're about to have a Cancer full moon on the 29th and 30th. Your ruling planet is actually exalted in Cancer, so it shouldn't be that bad for you. The Earth is actually your esoteric ruler, right? Anything is possible. Let's manifest, let's materialize, let's substantiate something, right? Let's make it real. Let's make a dream a reality, okay? Second house is Taurus. All right, bye, because I'm just holding on, Cancer moon here. Oh, I don't want to let you go. Before I let you go, Right, you know that song, Can I Get a Kiss? Good night. I'm an old queen over here. 37. Can you believe I'll be 40 in 3 years? That's the last time you'll hear me say that. Bye. Oh, like, share, and subscribe. I'm going to be doing an end of the year special just because we need to for 2020. And it's going to be 20 minutes for $20. So if you want to book a reading with me, email providencetarot.kendrick@gmail.com. Even if you were to DM me on Providence Tarot at IG, I will also respond to that. Okay? Thanks. Like, share, and subscribe. Comment on the video. Hit the notification bell. Make sure you're still subscribed. And follow me on Instagram. It's Providence Tarot there. My personal account is NYC Kendrick. And I have a food account as well. It's called The Tongue Pop. Bye.